All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the coffee break. Goal is to give you back your time rather than take it. Quick little 10-15 minute live stream to kick off your day, just to get you into everything going on before everything starts. Please do retweet the stream if you're enjoying it and you like these shows. And let's just jump straight into it. I feel like we should just waste no time. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in the markets today. I'm going to share a screen, and we've got the Fed cutting rates. We've got Polkadot cutting supply at 1 billion. We've got conversations of altcoins cutting their supply, potentially to model Bitcoin. I thought that was one of the most fascinating stories, and I haven't even gone into the story yet. I wanted to do it live with you guys, so that's also coming in the stream. We've got a couple other stories here as well. SEC Chair Paul Atkins with a quote that I wanted to leave you with, as well as an interesting stat about September with the Bitcoin close. So a lot of things to get into today. Let's share screen now and jump right into it. So we've got, all right, why am I not able to share screen? There we go. President Trump. All right, please repost the stream, guys, if you haven't already. And yeah, with President Trump thinking the Federal Reserve will make a big cut this week. He says it's a perfect week for cutting. Sounds like something exactly like he would say. Scott Bessent also has been calling recently for multiple. He was thinking we need makeup cuts because of all the cuts we haven't had. And so you can tell from Trump's side of things, they've been putting a lot of pressure, which I think is a little weird. It's just in general still. I think it's weird that the government can do that at all. But here we are in 2025. This is the reality of it. And I don't see a scenario where it doesn't happen. But I'm a little bit hesitant on what happens when, I think we do cut these rates. I don't know if we get the reaction that maybe we're all hoping. I think for Bitcoin, it will just continue to be trending slowly up along the stock market. That's just kind of my feel with it, with Bitcoin. I don't know about these cycles. I would be absolutely shocked to see us fall right back into the exact same cycle. Now, if we do get these Fed cuts and it's right at the end of September and we see us run up right towards the end of October and we fall right within the 4-year cycle, I guess we've all just been wrong this whole time. And institutional money means nothing. Money flows mean nothing. ETFs mean nothing. Like, it's possible none of that means anything. I just don't know how that's possible. Let's move into the next one here. Bitcoin, we are 0.5% away from the best September close ever. Isn't this wild, right? We've got Bitcoin sitting at $114,000 or something. And everyone's on this fence of, I don't know what to feel, but it doesn't really feel euphoric at all. And to see this kind of chart, it gets you thinking. You're like, oh, wait, I need to zoom out. I need to actually look at numbers and stats rather than just going off the feel of crypto Twitter. And I think that's super important. So just something to keep in mind. Depending on your strategy. If you're just a stacker, it doesn't probably matter. If you're trading, it probably affects you a lot. On to the next. We got SEC Paul Atkins saying they will notify businesses of technical violations before taking enforcement action in the future. This is marking a shift from aggressive enforcement action and approaches from the past that we've seen. And this is good in general for people who are building in the space. That way they just know. And I think that's just been the general rhetoric of the administration. I remember Bo Hines went on the Anthony Pagliano podcast and talked about, he was like, we want people to come in. If they have an idea that doesn't suck, let's run it. Now, obviously, we've seen with the Trump administration, it's been sort of like, I'm not sure what the qualifications are. I think maybe you can just kind of get in. But interesting stuff. I will say, it does seem like the United States is looking to really adopt this stable coin and have it solve its debt problem here without anybody knowing or caring. And if that happens, crypto will explode. I can't even imagine, if we get that kind of adoption, what crypto looks like. I think Bitcoin will be at such a ridiculous number. I think the only reason people will even go to most of the cryptos will be just purely out of despair that they can't even get into 0.1 Bitcoin anymore. The 0.1 Bitcoin has become just too unfathomably high that they just need to buy, some other token because they can buy a few thousand more of it instead of buying 0.01% kind of thing. I think it's going to be nuts. Anyways, let me jump over to the next page here. We got Ostium, just checking out the chart for Bitcoin. Obviously, we've tumbled a little bit in the last day or so, sitting at around 114,600. And I know last few days I was saying, we really got to make this our new support here. So it's got to be a decision time. Obviously, this point is important here. We've had multiple touch points here now. And so we'll have to see how it kind of performs around that 113 range. But for the traders, it's just more of the same, I think. If you're stacking, then you're probably hoping you can continue to stack anywhere near $100,000. And, the more you zoom it out, it just tells a different story. It depends on what kind of person you are in the Bitcoin world. But dude, Bitcoin as an asset, as a store of value, as a store of wealth, it is unlike anything else I've seen in this world. And, plus once you start to feel you're back against the wall, the FUD, the fear of what if the price cascades down all the way down here? You have to have the conviction in like why you bought it. What even is the asset? And that's where Bitcoin really just has a leg up on anything I've seen. By the way, if you guys want to start trading, Ostium is an excellent platform. Highly recommend you guys check them out. We've been partners with them for a very, very long time. You can trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana here, as well as the indices like the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, all in one place, up to 100x leverage. So Ostium is a great place to start trading if you guys want to. I'm going to pin up a post down here on X down below the stream. If you guys want to get started on Ostium trading, you can trade in like 5 seconds to get started, and you can connect your wallet over here in the top right corner. It's an excellent platform, super easy to use, and I highly recommend it. It's down there in the tweet below the stream if you guys want to check it out on X. And if you're on YouTube, check out the description. Let's go to the next story here. This is that Polkadot one I was talking about a few minutes ago. I think this one's so crazy, dude. I haven't even got into it. The only thing I've seen so far is this. All I've seen is the story. So Polkadot DAO has passed referendum 1710 proposal to cap DOT. Polkadot. I believe this is their official Polkadot token, not like a meme coin. Supply at 2.1 billion tokens with 81% support. This replaces the current uncapped model of 120 million DOT minted yearly and reduces emissions by stepping down the new issuance every 2 years. So this is the classic meme coin chart. This is the US dollar. This is, insert any chart. This is basically what it looks like, right? By the way, if you haven't reposted the stream, please repost the stream. We really appreciate it. These coffee break streams are a lot of fun. The goal is to get these in 10 to 15 minutes, give you back your time really before the day starts. If you're enjoying the stream, please do help us out. So yeah, essentially they have voted away from this and said, you know what? This is not really the way. I don't think this is going to make any sense. And so they've decided to cut at 2.1 billion when their official uncapped model at 120 million. I mean, that's a fraction. So this is really, really crazy. So 2.1 billion obviously is still a lot of tokens. So anyways, this is from Moon Mission here right below. I have no idea the credibility of this person, but this is the top comments. There's enough comments and likes here that I'm going to say it's potentially helpful. Moon Mission, if not, I'm going to flame you for lying. But here's what we've got. Referendum 1710 passed in Polkadot DAO with 81% support. DOT supply capped at 2.1 billion, previously unlimited. This ends the uncapped inflationary model entirely. Emissions are also reduced, and this fully makes them deflationary in terms of tokenomics. So that's interesting. I need to know more about Polkadot because the other day someone brought up Litecoin. And they were like, some people were making fun of them. Obviously Litecoin versus Bitcoin charts just horrendous. But people were like, what if one day hard capped or proof of work coins end up running? And I was like, totally, that could totally happen. Do I think they have any demand or reason to exist the way Bitcoin does? No, not at all. But do I think the narrative could run? Yeah, totally, dude. The stupidest stuff has run in this space. If you're a trader, there are always opportunities. If you're trying to stack the best asset on earth, that's a different story. So anyways, I thought that was fascinating to see Polkadot do that. Congratulations to Polkadot. I think that's a good move for you guys. Here's another thing I saw. This is a $350 million worth of tokens in crypto industry will be unlocked by FTN in a few days here. And this is just like a calendar. And let me see if I can zoom this in so you guys can see this. Let me know if you can. Okay, cool. Today's the 15th. So we've got a few unlocks today from ApeCoin, Celestia, and Valora. And then, I guess there's just a few unlocks. And the 19th is a big one from FST. Yeah. Okay, so basically what they're saying is an unlock of liquidity is coming in a few days. I don't know. I have no idea if this is an important story. I feel like it's not, to be completely honest, but figured it might be an important one. There wasn't any crazy stories in the last 24 hours, just a couple of big updates. So wanted to just jump on stream before the day got too crazy. So listen, we really, really appreciate it. The streams and spaces here at Wolf are a ton of fun. We've got them every single day here on X. Let me actually show you and jump over the page since we have a couple minutes here before we wrap. But this is us on X. Be sure if you're not already following, give us a follow. Every single day here, we're live. We've got the morning streams before everything gets crazy. We've got the Market Talk space with the traders here at 2 p.m. Eastern today. We've got tomorrow. We've got the 11 a.m. crew. We've got 11 a.m. crew on Wednesday as well for the traders. We've got Bitcoin shows, more macro related. We've got some really cool people like Joshua Jake. If you guys know him, he's really popular on YouTube and TikTok. We've got Lucas Blockchain Boy also coming, and Kelly Kellum from Mario Nafal. So really interesting characters all across the board. But we've got some really, really fun spaces. So listen, be sure you're following. Please retweet the stream if you enjoy it. And listen, we'll catch you guys all in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Coffee Break. Have an amazing day, everybody. Take care. Be sure to sign up to Ostium down below using code We'll See if you want to start trading. We'll catch you guys all in the next one. Take care.